Now that I've got the holes drilled, I get to install the tuning pegs. Yay! So, you'll notice I've got some washi tape. It's like a very low tack tape on here. This is so that when I mark the dots to where to drill the holes, I can mark it on the washi tape and then remove it. I've also got washi tape in the holes because I want the tuning pegs to be snug while I work on them. Gonna get that out of there. So, first thing is the hole placement. I know that I want the tuning pegs. I want the tuning pegs to be perpendicular to the edge of the head. So I'm going to use a T-square to achieve that by lining the T-square up to the head, and then there we go. If you can see that, T-square is lined up to the head and the tuning peg is lined up to the T-square. So now I know where to put the hole, and let's go ahead and mark that. I'll go and do the other two on this side. Okay, I've got those three marked with little dots. Now I'm not going to do this one just yet because I don't know where I want it exactly, so I'm going to wait till I get these in to see visually how it looks. Now, with drilling the holes, you want to pick a drill bit that's just a little bit smaller, little bit smaller than the screw. Now with larger screws, I will usually just take and put the shaft of the screw over to see if I can see a little bit of threads. But with tiny screws like this, a little bit makes a huge difference. So what I did for these little things is I got my scrap piece of wood with all the holes in it that I use for various things, and I just started drilling holes. Start with 1/16 and then the 5/64, and that's the size I needed for these particular screws. So if you don't know what size you need, just start drilling holes and try them out and see which one's the right size. So for depth, back over here. For depth, I've got a little piece of tape on here that's going to tell me how far to drill before I stop. And that was decided on putting the screw in here. Let's see if we get that clearly. And holding the drill bit up against it and taping it with just a little more depth than the screw. You want the hole to be a tiny bit deeper, but not by a lot. Also, you want to make sure that you're not going to go all the way through. So, all right, let me get these holes drilled. All right, those holes are drilled. Pop off the tape. Okay, now that the tape is removed, gonna need the tuning peg. Gonna need a screw and a jeweler screwdriver. I need a little height. Tops have two parts, little washer and a nut. Washer, nut. With the screws on the back side, they're going to keep the pegs from twisting and turning when I tighten these down. I have a combination wrench. I'm going to use the C side of it and just tighten these down. Okay, now that I've got these in place, I can figure out what position I want this one to be. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Okay, so after fiddling with it for a while, I decided I like it there. That's the position I'm gonna put it in. And since I've only got the one to do on this side, I'm just gonna go ahead and drill that hole. Oop. Should remove the tape before I screw it together. And that's it. Bass tuning pegs installed.